didn't believe my school's ghost stories. Every school has them. A haunted bathroom, a cursed classroom, a teacher who supposedly never left after she died. I thought they were just stories people made up to scare the new students, until the night I stayed behind for detention. It happened last November. I was 16, and I'd gotten into trouble for skipping chemistry. Nothing serious, just 3 hours of detention after school. By the time my teacher dismissed me, the sun had already disappeared. Most of the students had gone home. The hallways were almost empty. As I walked toward the front gate, I realized I'd left my backpack in my classroom. I sighed, turned around, and headed back. The school felt different. The lights were still on, but everything was too quiet. No conversations, no lockers slamming, no footsteps, just the faint hum of the fluorescent lights above me. When I reached my classroom, the door was already open. That was strange. I was sure I'd closed it before leaving. I stepped inside. My backpack was exactly where I'd left it. Relieved, I picked it up. Then I noticed something sitting on my teacher's desk, an attendance sheet. Nothing unusual about that, except every student's name had a red check mark beside it. Even the students who had been absent that day. I frowned. At the very bottom of the page, under the last student's name, was mine. But beside my name wasn't a check mark. It simply said, "Still here." I laughed to myself. Someone was trying way too hard to be creepy. I crumpled the paper and tossed it into the trash. The moment it landed, the classroom door slammed shut, hard. The sound echoed through the room. I jumped. "Hello!" No answer. I tried to
Help me!
I pulled harder. Nothing. My phone buzzed in my pocket. No signal. 1% battery. Perfect. Then, I heard a chair scrape across the floor behind me. Slowly, I turned around. Every chair was exactly where it had been, except one. The chair in the last row had moved back a few inches. I stared at it, trying to convince myself it had always been like that. Another scrape. This time, a second chair slid backward. Then another. Then another. One by one. Every chair in the classroom began moving on its own. Not fast. Slowly, as if invisible students were standing up. I backed against the wall. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. Then the classroom speakers crackled. A voice filled the room. Calm. Cold. Attendance. Silence. The voice read the first name. Present. Another name. Present. Another. Present. It continued through the entire class list. Every single student. Present. Finally, it reached my name. There was a long pause. Then, still here. The lights went out. Complete darkness. I couldn't see my own hands. Somewhere in the room, someone whispered, "You shouldn't have answered." I never answered. I swear I didn't. I pulled out my phone, using its tiny flashlight. The room looked normal again, except every chair was now facing me, not the whiteboard. Dozens of empty desks, all turned toward where I was standing. I didn't wait another second. I threw myself against the classroom door. This time, it opened. I stumbled into the hallway. I ran. My footsteps echoed through the empty building. Then I heard another set of footsteps, keeping pace with mine. Not ahead, not behind, right beside me. I looked to my left. No one. To my right, nothing. But the footsteps never stopped. I reached the staircase. As I started running down, the school bell rang. Once, twice, 3 times. It sounded wrong. Slower, louder, like it was echoing from somewhere underground. I reached the first floor and sprinted toward the main entrance. The security guard was standing outside. Relief flooded over me. I banged on the glass. He looked directly at me, didn't move, didn't blink. He simply raised one finger, pointing behind me. I turned around. At the far end of the hallway, every classroom door was open. Inside each room, someone was sitting at the teacher's desk, perfectly still, watching me. I couldn't see their faces, only dark silhouettes. One by one, they stood. At exactly the same time, the security guard suddenly unlocked the door